Welcome to Ascari at Home. My name is John Sinopoli. I'm the executive chef and co-owner of the Ascari Hospitality Group. We're so pleased to be presenting to you this evening the Cystic Fibrosis Canada Decant Gala and Fine Wine Auction. Before we get started and take a look at everything in your kit and get into the kitchen, a big shout out and thank you to our presenting sponsors this evening, Burgundy Asset Management and the Arrow Family Foundation. So before we get in the kitchen and get started, we're gonna take a look at everything in your kit to make sure you understand all your ingredients, and then we'll get in and I'm gonna show you how to prepare your restaurant quality meal right in your own home kitchen. Let's get started. So we're going to take a look at all the ingredients you need to prepare your meal. Let's start with your appetizers. So the burrata salad with baby gem lettuce is all the ingredients you see right here. Of course, first we're gonna start with our burrata cheese. These are two beautiful balls of burrata cheese from Wisconsin. It's very important that you take the cover off, you drain the liquid, and sit this out at room temperature for about 30 minutes before you eat. So this eats way better when it's slightly warm, like a room temp, not ice cold. Of course, we have our baby gem romaine lettuce here. We have our mint oil. We have our freshly blanched green peas. We have a lemon vinaigrette, some pea tendrils, a mint crumb that we've made for you, and as well some Malden flake sea salt. That'll be used for both the appetizer and the main course. So next, for your main course, if you've selected the meat option, you should have 2 portions of your smoked braised beef short rib. You should also have a beef jus. This is gonna be the sauce for the meat. You'll also receive a package of potato puree, basically a mashed potato, a little bit finer. And you have some blanched rapini greens. And then we've provided you with a little bit of olive oil to saute those greens with. We'll take care of that in the kitchen. If you've selected the vegetarian course, you've got a beautiful crown pasta. We call it La Corona. So that is filled with lemon and ricotta. You'll have 2 of those, of course, one for each person. And then the sauce for that, we call it beurre fondue. That's a butter sauce. We also have a basil oil to pour over. The side garnish for that is a cured cherry tomato. This is gonna be served at room temperature, no need to heat it up. And then baby zucchini and a tempura fried basil leaf. That's your garnish for your pasta. So we've got your appetizer, your meat main course, your vegetarian main course. Let's get in the kitchen, start cooking, and get our restaurant quality meal to the plate. Welcome everyone to the kitchen here at Ascari on King Street. We're gonna walk you through your burrata salad with baby gem lettuce. So the first thing we're gonna do is make sure, of course, like I said before, that your burrata cheese is drained of the water and at room temperature. I'm gonna make one salad. Of course, you're gonna have 2 portions of everything at home, okay? So the first thing we're gonna do is dress our greens. So I'm gonna snip open our baby gem greens that we've cleaned nicely for you. These are beautiful baby romaine lettuce leaves. They're super crispy and very crunchy and fresh. And we're going to stir up our lemon vinaigrette, and we're gonna mix about 3/4 of the lemon vinaigrette into the salad greens. Okay, we're gonna keep some for actually dressing the cheese as well. We're gonna throw all of our peas into that bowl as well. Great, so you should have your peas and your greens with the dressing in the bowl. And we're just gonna give it a mix. You can use your hands, you can use a spoon, you can use tongs, whatever you like. I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of Malden salt into here as well, because I always like to season my lettuce greens. Okay, give it a nice toss. And then we're just gonna arrange our lettuce greens around the edge of the plate. We're gonna create a nest. We're gonna create a nest for our cheese, okay? And you can see I'm leaving a nice generous space in the middle. I'll use my spoon to sprinkle the peas around evenly. And you're gonna do this for both salads, of course, identically. Wonderful. Okay, and then we're going to spread our pea tendrils nicely around this. Beautiful. Gorgeous little baby pea shoots here. Again, this salad is springtime incarnate. It's bright, it's fresh, it's green. Next, we're gonna put our burrata cheese in our salad bowl. We're gonna pour the rest of the vinaigrette in there. You're gonna want to avoid adding too much of the liquid from the burrata cheese there. And I'm going to put it in the middle. And I'm going to pour some of this extra vinaigrette on top. And I like to split my burrata cheese open so that I see all of that beautiful stracciatella. So the stracciatella is this gorgeous cream-filled center. So burrata cheese is basically a fresh mozzarella that has been filled with chunks of mozzarella and fresh cream. And when it sits in there for like a few hours, it becomes one gorgeous, gorgeous texture. So the last finishing touches, of course, the cheese needs a little bit of Maldon salt. And I'll put a little bit more dressing right over the top, like so. We're gonna spread our mint crumb around our salad. This is gonna add some crunch and some bright mint flavor, of course. And then the last garnish is this beautiful mint oil we provided. I'm just gonna snip the corner of the bag right off, and I'm going to drizzle this mint oil around the plate as well as the cheese. So we've provided to you a few different flavors of the same items, but in different forms. We have fresh peas, we have pea tendrils, we have the lemon vinaigrette, we have mint crumb, we have mint oil. This is a gorgeous spring salad ready to go in just a few moments. After this, we'll move on to the main course. Enjoy your first course, everybody. We're gonna show you guys now how to put together your braised smoked beef short rib main course. So you'll have four packages here. These three, your jus, your beef, and your potato puree, you're gonna drop into some simmering water for 6 to 8 minutes. We just wanna get it all hot through the middle, okay? So I've got simmering water back here. Not a rumbling boil, just a nice light simmer. I just wanna get the heat right into the middle of those. While that's getting hot, we're gonna saute our rapini. So I've got my medium-sized frying pan. I'm gonna put all the olive oil we've provided for you right into that. And then I'm gonna open up my rapini with my pair of scissors. I'm gonna drop it in. If there's a little bit of moisture in here, don't worry, it may pop and spurt. You're not gonna fry it hot. You're just going to warm the rapini in the olive oil. You don't wanna crisp it, fry it up, make it go dark green, right? There we go. So that's enough rapini for each plate. And I'm gonna season this with a little bit of our Maldon sea salt. And we're gonna get this warm on the stove. Okay, again, so medium heat on the rapini. You don't wanna fry and sizzle it. Slow simmer on the beef and the potato and the jus, okay? And then it's really straightforward. We're gonna take it all out once it's hot. We're gonna get it into bowls so it's much easier to work with, and we're gonna put it on the plate. So I'm gonna check on my rapini now. Down. Great, so really, you're activating that beautiful olive oil, you're getting it warm, you're coating it up, you're making it shiny. And then I'm just gonna check on my water here. Everything's looking good. Perfect. And I always like to have little bowls to take things out of, so you're not working with hot pans on your table, you're not ruining your countertop. You take everything out of your pans, you put them into nice serving bowls or other plates, and that way you can, in a very controlled fashion, put everything on the plate just as it's supposed to be. My rapini's looking good, warm through, a little bit of sizzle, but not too hot. Okay, we're just gonna put that right in the bowl and ready to plate. And I'm gonna go grab my other items. Perfect, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to open up my bags here. They're hot, so just be careful. And we're gonna squeeze it out. I'm gonna use a cloth for this. You know, I've got cook's hands, so my fingers don't really burn like the average person, but this might be a bit warm for you. You can see our potato puree is nice and hot, right through the middle, steaming. And we're gonna open both the jus and the beef into the same bowl, because this jus is gonna coat the beef. We've already reduced it for you. It's a nice glaze. So it is the cooking liquid from the short rib. That what we've done is strained it off, taken all the vegetables out, and have this beautiful pure sauce that's gonna really glaze and coat this short rib beautifully. There we go, nice. Okay, so grab a spoon, and you can see here, I've got my short rib, I've got my jus, it's nice and thick, everything's steaming hot. The first thing that goes on the plate is going to be the potato puree. There we go, and I'll just make sure it's camera sees that right now. Potato puree is going to go right in the middle of the plate. Okay, and then we've got our rapini, which we're just going to arrange around, comme ça, just like that. And lastly, we're going to put our beautiful piece of braised short rib right in the center. There we go. And I'm going to drizzle all this beautiful jus. Look at that, that's gorgeous. And we're gonna finish with a little bit of our Maldon salt right on top. And of course, our crispy fried pieces of parsley as our garnish, just casually around the plate. And there you have our smoked beef short rib with potato puree, rapini, and crispy parsley. Guys, enjoy your main course. We'll move on to the vegetarian option next. If you've chosen your vegetarian option tonight, you're in for a treat. We've got our Corona pasta. It's a crown-shaped pasta filled with lemon and ricotta cheese. We also have our cured tomatoes. So these have been peeled and then cold pickled in white wine vinegar and sugar. And then you have our beurre fondue. So this is basically French name for a butter sauce. We have our basil oil, a baby zucchini, our tempura fried basil. The first thing you're gonna do is make sure your oven is preheated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. We're gonna pop this right in the oven, and I'll see you back here in about 8 minutes, okay? Okay, all right, it's been about 7 or 8 minutes since we put our pasta in the oven at 400 degrees. We're gonna drop our zucchini and our beurre fondue in some gently simmering water just to warm them through, okay? Just like that. And then you're gonna open up your tomatoes and we're gonna pop them into a small little bowl. I find it's really easy when we're snipping these packages open to empty them always all into a small bowl, a small plate, something like that, so that it's easy for us to scoop them out with. We've got our basil garnish ready. I'm gonna get my plate ready to go, and we're gonna go grab our pasta and see if it's ready in the oven. Yeah, look at that, beautiful. It's getting crispy just around the edges. We've already blanched the pasta before, so you're not actually cooking the noodle. We're just getting it hot and getting the texture right, getting the heat right through the middle of that cheese. So what we're gonna do is very gently lift it off the parchment paper that we provided with a lifting spatula like this and drop it right in the middle of the plate and get ready to put everything else on there. By now, our beurre fondue and our zucchini should be hot, ready to go. I'm gonna go grab those. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna just mix these two together. I'm gonna snip open my zucchini and put it into the bowl. And these should just be gently cooked. We still want some crunch and freshness on the zucchini. Between the thyme in the water and the little butter bath we're gonna give it with this butter sauce, it'll be nicely cooked. Okay, and we're gonna snip our beurre fondue. Put that right into there, beautiful. We might not need all of that butter sauce, but what we're gonna do now is we're going to place the zucchini all around the edge of our Corona pasta. And don't be afraid about drizzling a little extra of this butter sauce. We're gonna be putting that all over the place on top of here. Okay, the zucchini all around. And then we're gonna add our cured tomatoes around the edge. Comme ça. Beautiful. Okay, and I'm going to take a little bit extra of this sauce and just drizzle it all over. This is gonna make everything luxurious and really, really, really beautiful. The fat and richness from that butter sauce is gonna be gorgeous. We're gonna now drizzle some of this basil oil. I always find that basil, lemon, and zucchini go really beautifully together. That's why we've put the lemon flavor in the ricotta and the zucchini around. It's just summertime flavors and they're so fresh and beautiful. Drizzle that basil oil all around. And the final piece here is the beautiful tempura fried basil leaves, which we're just gonna gently throw around the plate, 3 or 4 per plate. And there we have it. Your beautiful Corona pasta, springtime incarnate, fresh baby zucchini, cured cherry tomatoes, mint oil, lemon ricotta filling. Dig in and enjoy. Welcome to the bar, everybody, here at Ascari on King Street. We've got our beautiful meal on the bar. The spread is real and inviting, but we are not ready to go yet because we haven't had a conversation with Ascari Hospitality Group's wine director, Blair Bouchard. He's chosen some brilliant wines from our amazing partners at Pro Morissette Winery. Blair, tell us what we're drinking tonight.
Well, first of all, kudos on this incredible spread. This looks gorgeous. You know, with the colors are popping. It's super exciting. Obviously, we've got a huge array of flavors here happening as well, too.
True.
So I wanted to make sure that depending on what you chose to be in front of you tonight, we had a really good option, whether you went with the white wine or the red wine. So starting off with the white, we've got Pro Morissette's 2019 Chardonnay. They, of course, you know, we know these folks well. They are sticklers for making sure that their wines are performing the way they love them before they release them. So it's a 2015. They've let this thing hang out in their cellars.
It's great.
It's maturing. It's showing a lot of complexity and depth. And that's going to do a lot of work with, you know, moving between the different flavor profiles that are happening on these plates.
It is super rich and a ton of body, so it actually holds up to just about everything here on the plate.
Totally. So you know, whether you're going with the fresher profiles in this, you know, gorgeous burrata dish, or you know, the Corona pasta, or you're matching it up with something that's traditionally, you know, you think about red wines with the braised beef short rib, but the richness of the Chardonnay has got enough guts to it, enough complexity that's actually going to complement it really beautifully.
Couldn't agree more.
With the red, of course, we've gone with their 2018 Gamay. You know, for them, 2019. My apologies. Their Gamay. This is definitely a wine that's intended to be drunk fresh and young.
Yep.
The acidity is the key in this, and again, this is about complementing and contrasting all the different flavor profiles that are happening in front of us. So be it with the burrata, that acidity is going to shine. Same thing with those lovely lemony vegetal elements that are happening in the pasta. But even still, a red like this, that's a bit lighter in style, is actually one of my favorite things to have with something like a braised beef.
Yeah, it's really fresh, and there's enough umami and richness in that beef. You don't need any more in the wine for sure. It's really, the contrast couldn't be better.
I think all too often we think about, you know, like, you know, rich meat, red meat dishes,
right,
and beating the hell out of them with a big red wine. But if you've got something a bit more delicate, a little bit more Burgundian, those things actually complement and they play off each other in a much more, you know, approachable fashion.
Couldn't agree more.
So in whole, I think we've got a fabulous spread. I think you did an incredible job at the menu, and I'm really excited to showcase these wines for you guys tonight. And ultimately, cheers and enjoy.
Cheers. Yeah. Guys, enjoy your meal. Thank you very much for choosing Ascari at home. We're so pleased to be part of the Cystic Fibrosis Canada Gala and Wine Auction. Enjoy your evening, and thank you very much.